1,000 Pound Sisters is back on TLC. So the last time that we talked about anything regarding 1,000 Pound Sisters, we were actually talking about Tammy, who had recently got a trach inserted into her because of some health complications. It seems that Tammy maybe is in a position where she maybe is ready to put in that work, because she is currently actually in another inpatient facility. Sadly, she actually has a trach in her throat. She's dealing with a lot of health issues. Now, the episode where they talk about that has finally been released, but a little bit of a backstory. So it has been confirmed that Tammy was actually at her highest weight of 717 pounds when all of these complications kind of started. Right. And so there was a lot kind of going on between the sisters, and the whole dynamic that was kind of being played out towards the end of the last season, kind of going now, is that Tammy's been really struggling with losing weight, getting the surgery, just to really take the steps that she herself feels are necessary, but that her family thinks are necessary. You know, her sister Amy, the rest of the family think that are necessary for her to save her life. She has obviously had a good amount of scares that were like, you know, hey, you got a second chance at life now. Let's make this happen. That's actually happened a couple times for her, and things haven't changed. And so basically what it seems like this season is focusing on, at least the beginning of it, is the fact that she had that very, very near, experience, and what is going to happen from there. Is she actually going to see some change, right? And so that's kind of what the season is focusing on. Obviously, this is reality TV, so this stuff is kind of late. We do know that Tammy does start losing weight because of this moment, but I do think it's interesting that we now have footage of the moment, as much as it can be real from reality TV. I have seen the episode. They only have a small clip on YouTube. Obviously, I'm not able to play too much because of copyright stuff, so I will do my best to share, but if you are curious, I would recommend just watching it for yourself, because again, I will get in trouble if I try to show too much. But let's get into the title of the video we're going to be talking about. It's just a small clip, but the title of it is Tammy Wakes Up on Life Support. And so let's just get into it.
Tell us a little bit about the day you were rushed to the hospital.
I don't remember any of it. Nothing. I completely blacked out. I woke up like a week later in the hospital on life support. I don't remember any of it.
You alright?
Hey, Tammy.
Just give me a second.
Oh, yeah, we'll give you all the time you need.
It is just watching stuff like this, like, personally for me, obviously people enjoy it, and like, I'm not here to shame anyone for enjoying what they enjoy, whatever, but like for me, like stuff like this it's genuinely hard to look at. It's hard to watch. It kind of always has been. I remember when I was heavier, this was before like 1,000 Pound Sisters existed, or like 600 Pound Life. But I remember I didn't even really like watching The Biggest Loser, especially at the beginning when they would kind of share these people's stories and how much they struggled. I think part of it at that time was I felt guilty because I felt a lot of the similar things, right? And so like I had this my own sort of guilt going on there, and feeling like I should be doing what these people are doing, and I'm not, and I'm lazy, yada yada yada. But also like it just, I don't know, it's always been something that has made me feel bad. And then especially seeing someone, you know, where Tammy's at in this current situation right now, I truly wouldn't wish that on anyone. And yes, of course, I understand you can say, well, she did it to herself, all that stuff. I at the end of the day, like, I really don't care. Like, this is someone that is really struggling, clearly, and that is suffering immensely, right? And so it's just hard to see. It's just hard to see.
I just don't feel good. I was here maybe less than 30 minutes, and my oxygen level dropped. I had to be taken to the hospital. They put me in a medical induced coma.
While you were in the coma, did you know your family was there?
I could hear voices.
But like I said, it's clear that she is going through so much at this time, and I genuinely do really, really hope for the best. And obviously, like I said, hindsight, we know what's kind of been going on, that she has lost weight, so that makes me unbelievably happy. What I do think is really interesting here is it shares someone what they're calling their rock bottom, right? Tammy has decided that she wants to really tackle this, and she really wants to lose the weight. And what's interesting is that everyone's rock bottom is very different, right? There are some people that, like for me, right, my rock bottom was, seeing, it was actually another reality TV show, Miami Ink, wanting more tattoos. I only had tattoos on my forearms and thinking to myself, man, it'd be so cool to have tattoos other places. And then someone came on the show that had lost a lot of weight and he was getting a tattoo to commemorate it. And at that time, no, I didn't have any serious medical problems. I wasn't like, I obviously nowhere near Tammy, but I like had this thought in my head, this genuine fear that I am not going to be able to reach 35 years old. And regardless of if that's true or not, right? I obviously can't say. It terrified me. Like there were so many days when I would wake up thankful that I woke up, and then I would be afraid that what if something happens and no one's here, right? What if I have a heart attack and no one's here? And I was 20 years old. Again, was that really necessary, or was I just being a little dramatic? I don't know, right? But I would watch these shows, and like, again, this was before shows like this existed, but they would do little features on people that were like, too heavy to get out of their house and they have to be airlifted. And I would think to myself, eventually that is going to be me. Not like, it wasn't oh man, I hope that never happens to me. I just had this thought because every year I would gain more weight and gain more weight and gain more weight. And so I just had this thought of like, eventually I'm going to get to that size. And that was terrifying to me. And so for me, I had that, rock bottom or click moment that made me want to change. And it's one of those things that I wish I could bottle up that feeling and give it to everyone that wants it, right? Because I wish I could explain how the amount of clarity I felt in that moment of being like, I'm going to do this, right? And I really hope that that's what Tammy is feeling in that moment, right? Because it's clear Amy has made some huge changes. She's been able to lose a ton of weight. She has a kid. She's married. Like, she's been able to live a life, right? And I'm sure, and we've seen in the show, Tammy is jealous of that. And like, I don't think that's a bad jealousy. That's a good jealousy, to be jealous of someone that was in a similar position. Tammy always has been heavier, but was in a similar position to you, to see that they were able to make that change and that they are now living a life that they are happy with, that they feel fulfilled in, right? And you're still stuck here in this moment, right, of this recording. Again, I understand things have changed. I get it, okay? I'm talking about this episode, right? To see that, I know that has to be something that she's like, no, I'm going to get there. Seeing stuff like this is why I am such an advocate for the most part, any means necessary, right? To an extent, right? To where you're not like completely destroying yourself. But like, if you need surgery and that's the way that it's going to help you lose the weight and keep it off, I'm not against it, right? If that's Ozempic, if that's, whatever it is. But as long as you're able to lose weight and keep it off, this is why I am against really extreme like diets, because a lot of times those have been shown not to work. But again, if you end up going on some crazy diet and it works for you and you're able to keep the weight off, am I going to be mad about that? No, like I'm not. Why would I be mad about that? I want people to be able to lose the weight and keep it off because I want people to live happy, healthy, fulfilled lives. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I don't care if you eat exactly like me. I don't care if you have the perfect workout routine. I don't care if you're this or you're that. All I care about is for the people that feel trapped. They feel like they've tried to lose weight hundreds of times, right? Some people genuinely, right? Hundreds of times, and they failed every time. You feel like there's something wrong with you and there is no chance for you. You feel like life has passed you by and you feel like guilty about it, right? You feel like it's your fault that you let life slip away from you. And I want to say to that person that's watching this, right? It's not over yet, right? If you're still breathing, you still have a chance to change your life. And I truly believe in the bottom of my heart that we all have what it takes to do that, right? And I don't care what method you have to take to make it work for you, whether that's natural, using surgery, using medication, whatever you gotta do. I think that you should understand that, one, it is possible, and I believe in you, and you will be so, so happy that you made that change. Going forward, Tammy, if you end up watching this, right, like I really hope that you are able to find success in this. Like it seems like things have been going pretty well, and that genuinely makes me really happy. And I truly, truly hope that you are able to lose this weight, find your man. I know it's a big deal for you, right? Find your man, start that family if that's something that you want, right? And live your life, because I think anybody deserves to at least have that, right? Anybody deserves to have a life that they are happy with. And I know that you've lived a very long time feeling trapped and feeling like you're just existing and not living. And so I really do hope that this time is the time and you're able to lose the weight and, more importantly, keep that weight off and live your life to the fullest that you can now, right? Yeah. There's obviously a lot of time that has been wasted, that you've missed out on a lot. I understand that. I get it. I know what that feels like, but that doesn't mean that you can't lose this weight and eventually be able to go to a water park or go to an amusement park and not worry about fitting in the seats. Go on an airplane and not worry about fitting in the seat, right? Not have to worry about every single chair that you sit in. Is it going to be able to hold me? Like, I hope that you're able to just have a normal life. And so I just wanted to update you guys on everything that's been going on. It's quite the whirlwind, and it seems like it was very dire there for a little bit of time, but it seems like things are looking up, which, again, I am very happy about. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.